Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody that has maybe used magic or somebody that was just really focused on a very particular outcome, and they were willing to manipulate the things that actually happened, what people said. They really wanted to get what they wanted. But this Jinn card says, as magic unfolds, a risk is high will arise. Wishes will be granted, but beware the design. So it feels to me like somebody didn't really know what they were wishing for, which is why I chose the title that I did. And then we have the abandoned carnival. What once was vibrant remains now silenced and still. This place held laughter, even if now no one could believe. So it's like the lights have turned out in terms of something that somebody really wanted. And I'm making this a you versus them. So we're going to have one side for one person, another for the second energy. But it does feel to me like there is kind of maybe a temptation to be like, I told you so, because I think somebody was predicting like you're going to regret that you chose that. If you're wondering what my costume is, it's going to be really hard for me not to use my whistle. And I do have a red flag. So if somebody is not acting right, but let's call on spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And because I'm wearing a ref outfit, I do have to say, go Hawkeyes. Hopefully you win against Northwestern today. Hello there, Holy Yoga. Hello, Matt. Hello, Key Controller. What's up, Mercedes? How we doing? All right, let's dive in. We're going to go with the situations deck to get kind of a general vibe at the top, and then we'll dive in the you versus them. What else do we have about this? Be careful what you wish for. So we have a conversation that's going to make somebody feel upset. It looks like we've got a divine feminine that may be experiencing a glow up. Now remember, don't get too hung up on genders, right? Hello there, Wendy. We've got somebody that might be hearing about a divine feminine, how they're doing, what they're up to. Maybe they're going through a glow up. So we've got desire in the reverse, threatened in the reverse, and interlude. Pause, timing factor. So this feels like somebody talking about the divine feminine that is aware the divine feminine is not interested in them anymore. Because I think there was a rejection that happened between the divine feminine and whoever's talking about them, because the divine feminine didn't have time for somebody that was so preoccupied with what other people had to say. Like if you're not going to pursue something that you want because you are worried about what people will say, then I don't have time for you. So it looks like there's been maybe not necessarily an ending so much as a, okay, see ya sometime. But I don't know. It feels like someone's upset. All right, so because the divine feminine is more on this side than that side, we're going to have the divine feminine over here and the person talking about him over there. What else do we need to know about this divine feminine? Ooh, I forgot. I'm still offering the $25 see what's going on for the rest of 2024 reading. A little special for you all. Payable through Cash App or PayPal, and my email address is in the description box below. Hello there, Mark. Hello, Patricia. Hello, Archetype. Hello, Drew. How we doing? Thank you. We've got okay, Seven of Cups in the reverse, clarifying the interview card makes me feel like somebody is finally hearing the truth after maybe being a little disillusioned. So it looks to me like the true character of the divine feminine is being talked about because there was somebody here that was trying to get people to see the divine feminine in a negative light. That hasn't worked. So basically, because there's been some movement for the divine feminine's success or, star, whatever you want to call it, people are starting to perhaps talk about what this divine feminine has achieved. So there's this Queen of Swords in the reverse. Definitely somebody that has been talking negatively about this divine feminine. They see the divine feminine as competition, but they underestimated the divine feminine. With the Page of Wands in the reverse, this is somebody who thought they would be able to get away with saying lies about the divine feminine and nothing would really happen. So maybe you have a reputation for being kind, or maybe you're a little bit shyer. This person thought that they could just kind of do whatever they wanted and you wouldn't fight back, right? I feel like this person who is talking ill about the divine feminine didn't really expect the reaction or like how this divine feminine handled being, like maybe a little bit of an outcast or talked about. This person, this divine feminine decided, okay, if I don't need to put energy into these fake friendships, people who decided they didn't really know who I am, then I can put that energy into my work, myself, whatever. And I applaud you. That's an excellent decision. Look, I've had a situation like this where somebody wanted to spread rumors about me, and that's fine. If that's what you want to spend your time on, you're robbing yourself of things that you could be investing that time in. And I did this, right? I put my time into this channel, if you want to be honest. And I really appreciate having that project or this meaningful use of time to distract me or leverage my energy in a better way. I didn't want to put too much time into defending myself. You either know who I am and you appreciate that energy, or you want to believe bad things about me. And if you want to believe bad things, that's on you. So I feel like that's what this divine feminine has done. It's not easy, okay? It's real challenging because let me tell you, middle school and high school taught me how to respond or like clap back with like the quickness, okay? I don't want to do that anymore. It's not worth my time. So I feel like this divine feminine basically realized, okay, if things are not going to get better over here because everyone wants to believe not so great things about me, then I will focus on what's important to me. I will focus on my goals. I do feel like there were people trying to say that the divine feminine was self-absorbed or like a clout chaser, maybe wanted to use people for their money. Let's switch to a different deck. We're going to go with the Pulp Tarot. Hello, Jess. Hello, Redbeard. Redbeard, couldn't it be both? I think it's supposed to be orange if you're in prison, though, right? Hello, Michael. How are you doing? Yes. I might like totally ruin this quote, but I think it's small minds talk about people. Average minds talk about events. And great minds talk about ideas. I might have actually done all right on that. Redbeard, it's so tempting because, I mean, who doesn't want to blow a whistle every now and then? It's just the right kind of obnoxious, right? But I really don't want to hurt your ears. So I made a deal with myself beforehand that if I was going to wear this, I could not blow the whistle. So we've got justice in the reverse. This is somebody who felt like they could treat you poorly and nothing would come back on them. No one would call them out on it. Maybe you were new to a community. Maybe you were unaffiliated with others. There's something here where they felt like they could pick on you. So they were reckless with it. They either didn't really do their research or they didn't really figure out who you are before they tried to, make everyone dislike you. And I gotta say, that seems to be a pattern. I've seen this happen to a lot of my friends as well. A little bit of a bully doesn't really figure out who they're dealing with before they try to start a fight. So we have somebody here that wanted to make it so that other people would not choose you or would not want to be associated with you. But what they didn't anticipate was that after truth came out, it would end up causing that same fate for them. So in their campaign or in their efforts to make people dislike this divine feminine, they themselves have actually ended up losing some friends or feeling a little bit like an outcast, right? And while you took your, break from whatever was going on, you were able to focus on healing. And there's something here that's like bringing you back. So I don't know if you moved away, you might be visiting where you used to live. If you stopped hanging out with people, you might run into somebody. If you stopped, like maybe you blocked someone, they might reach out via a different way. There's something here where the past is coming back around. And I feel like specifically it's because the universe wants to show the people that didn't believe in you why they shouldn't have chosen that. It's kind of like I'm trying to not swear. It's kind of like a screw you too moment. But we don't need to be petty, okay? That would make me throw the red flag, okay? We don't need to be like, look at me, I'm so awesome and you are nothing. Because that's not attractive, okay? Nobody likes that. But nobody expected you to achieve what you have or do what you have. Maybe you have started a business. Maybe you've published a book. Maybe you work for somebody famous. There's something here where you're famous yourself. You have very specific skills and you have leaned into them. Right? With the Eight of Pentacles, that's about approaching mastery of a skill or being seen as an expert. So there are people here who are like, oh, oops, I probably should have been nicer to that person, because especially if you're getting prosperous or famous, now these people are like, hey, remember me? Yeah, I do, unfortunately for you. Go on. Were you about to ask me for something? This is going to be so fun for me. Don't do that. But that's what would be going through my head. I'm just saying. Oh, yeah, I remember you believing everything that people told you about me. What is it that you need? Hello there. Did I say hello to Upper Echelon? I can't remember where I left off. I think I said hello to Redbeard, but not to Fortune. What's up, Fortune? Hello, hackers. How are you? Oh, it's my referee costume. Do you like it? I have a yellow flag somewhere too, but I didn't. I just wanted the red one, to be honest. Hello, Imperial Majesties. How's it going? We having a good weekend? Are you guys dressing up for tonight? I hope some of you are going to a party or trick-or-treating. We've got the 10 of Cups in the reverse and the 2 of Cups in the reverse. Oofta, as my grandma would say. Wow. I mean, it's on the heels of the Four of Cups, right? Which talks about rejection or kind of being like discontent. And the Ten of Cups in the reverse to me is screaming, I don't belong, right? I don't have a green flag, which is really sad because that's my favorite color. Look, I feel like this is a community. So when it's you versus them, it's not that like gender ambiguous them. It is literally you versus a group of people. And I kind of feel like it might be a bit of a challenge for you to avoid a little bit of a cackle, a little bit of a giggle, you know? But I am encouraging you to be the bigger person and not stoop to their low vibes. Thank you, Michael. That's what I was going for. No, but it's the Saturday before Halloween. So in my book, that's when a lot of parties happen. And my like the towns around me, they all got like their cute little Halloween stuff up. They're gonna have like little pumpkin festivals and costume contests. So I figured today was the day I had to like really get in, you know? Start with the costumes. I'll have at least one more, maybe two. We'll see. So we've got number 25, Cal reached out. I'm telling you, things are going well for you. And there are people that get a front row seat because they didn't believe in you. So we've got water, surrender. And I feel like that's what is bringing in the abundance. There was something here that felt like swimming upstream. All right, none of you want to like me. I'm not going to force it. What am I going to do? Like buy you stuff and try to like make you like me? Tell you jokes that maybe will make you think, no, if you don't like me, that's your choice. Like free will all day, you know? But I also have the free will to be able to walk away and not care about what you all think about me. And I feel like that's what this is about. If you don't want to see who I really am, if you don't want to be a fan, that's cool. But I'm going to like not waste time on trying to convince you that I'm awesome, right? Hello, Mark. You are awesome. Hello, Voyager. How are you? Hello, Sidewinder. What's up, Peggy? How we doing? All right. Well, that was the first time I felt the urge to really blow the whistle to say hello to Peggy. All right, let's see. We're gonna get a few from the Fairy Godmother Oracle, and then we might have to lay the groundwork over here on the them side. We have venture, listening, and exertion. I'm telling you, it's like okay, we have the interview card, right? A conversation happens and it triggers people. It's a conversation about you, but also there's a car on this card and it also says car. Also, my name is Carmen. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, it is, but like, that's not relevant. And then we have venture, like your Cinderella here, hopping into the pumpkin carriage, right? Pretty ropes. What do you think? So here's what I think. If you want to know, you could be driving through your old town. You could be, I don't know, going out. Maybe you're on a vacation, but you're going to be looking good. And maybe you're going to have a really nice Halloween costume on. But what's going to happen is somebody's going to see you. Somebody who's going to tell other people that they saw you. And they're going to be like, that's divine feminine, man. I don't know, had a really nice car or, really nice boots. Costume was just fire. Um, I don't know. They're going to be talking about you. And then there are going to be other people that hear that your work, your exertion, hopefully it was jazzercise, your hard work has paid off and people are going to be seeing it. They could also be themselves taking a venture and seeing that you have a successful business or something. There's a demonstration here of you having done what you talked about doing or achieved some level of success. And the people who didn't believe in you, they get to like appreciate it. All right, let's move over to the them side. Let's see. What do you think? Is it going to be like 5 of Cups or like, I'm trying to think of a sad card. It could be that 4 of Cups again. There's going to be people here who regret it. I'm just telling you. So the community viewed you as a Queen of Cups with a secret. So they felt like you were presenting a Queen of Cups energy, but that you were not actually the Queen of Cups. So people were trying to figure out what you were hiding. And that might have like kind of contributed to the desire for people to gossip or ask questions. If you're not a very public person, people might have been trying to fill in the blanks, right? Like, I wonder what they do for work. I wonder, why they're single, or I wonder why they have so many dogs, whatever it is. They wanted to know. And they felt like you were not the type to put all of your business out there. So I do feel like I'm reading for somebody that has some measure of like a respect for privacy, right? I'm not going to tell you every time I go to Starbucks or every time I'm on vacation, right? There's some level of mystery to this divine feminine that pushed this community to be almost like desperate to figure out what it is about you. But with the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, I also feel like there were people that saw you as this Queen of Cups and felt like they could take advantage somehow. This could be people who wanted to ask for money or ask if they could stay with you, maybe ask you to give them rides. There were people who felt like they could take advantage of you because they viewed kindness as weakness. But with the 2 of Wands in the reverse, they realize that's not how it is. But there were definitely people that had not so great intentions of like, because they thought that you were a nice person. Interesting though, because then they wanted to like, believe that you were a bad person, perhaps to justify how they treated you. Devil in the reverse. Yeah. Everyone looks at this divine feminine and says, there's no way you could just be like a good person. Surely there's something here that you're doing. You're playing games, right? Why would you just want to be nice to people? Why would you actually be helpful? What are you hiding? 4 of Pentacles. But in their determination to find something about you that they could talk about or share with others, it's like your secrets were viewed as currency. Like, oh my gosh, I found this out about the divine feminine. Oh my gosh, guess what? I got a little bit of the story. I got to share it with people. People want to know, right? Hello there, Andrea. How are you? Hello, Kyle. That's the idea. Exactly. So here's the thing. You offered this Ace of Cups energy to people. You were kind or you were caring. You might have listened to some people when they had a rough day. And what you got in return from several of these individuals was the 10 of Swords. I'm not going to defend your name, even though you were there for me when I had a difficult time. So you might have been somebody to, you know, provide really great advice. You might have actually lent some money or helped people eat when they were struggling. You were kind to these people and they did not return that to you. Instead, they like contributed to instability and believed the worst of you instead of taking the opportunity to stand up for you. Like, I'm trying to avoid comparing this to a very biblical situation, right? Everybody knows that you have a good heart, but we're going to let somebody just completely make you out to be the villain. And I'm sorry, whoever resonates with this, I'm sorry that people felt like they needed to do this to somebody that had been good to them. But I do feel like you have already been seeing some abundance or some change in your life that shows you it's probably worth it, right? If that's something I'm allowed to say. Let's get a few from the Black Tarot. What's up, Two? How are you? Did I say hello to Voyager? Hello, Mikos. How are you? Some people really only feel like they're comfortable if there's chaos. King of Swords, Queen of Wands in the reverse. So here's the thing. The community that went all in on believing the worst about you found it really difficult to believe that you were who you said you were, because not only are you coming out as this divine feminine, somebody who has that, you know, ability to be a little bit mysterious, but also very caring with the Queen of Cups energy, but a King of Swords. So you spoke truth to situations where other people may have been fearful to do so. I feel you're coming out as the King of Swords, not just because you were able to maybe call it like it is, maybe you were a little bit too blunt for these people, but you were also authentic. So you might have scared some of these people, because if you are dealing with people that are Queen of Wands in the reverse, right? If you're the Queen of Wands in the upright, you're comfortable. You feel like you know who you are. You've been through some battles. You know what works, what doesn't, and you know how to manifest what you want. If you're a Queen of Wands in the reverse, you're unsure of yourself. You don't really know your own power, and maybe you doubt it altogether, right? So when people saw you as the King of Swords, confident and willing to speak the truth, it made them a little uncomfortable. Why aren't you nervous? Why do you have all of this, like, I don't know, some maybe even saw it as arrogance, but the ability to just say what you were thinking instead of feeling a little bit uncomfortable then was intimidating. So with the Star in the reverse, we have people that didn't want to like believe your character because it felt more comfortable for them. Sorry, I think I have like a hair on my nose, to try to diminish your light. I definitely have a hair on my nose and it's driving me crazy. I got it. All right, so what else do we have? So we have the Empress, which is that divine feminine energy, right? Knight of Swords and Death in the reverse. So maybe because you were willing to be so honest among this group of people, there's somebody that was threatened by you. If you were willing to be very forthcoming about how you felt about people, there might have been someone within the group that was nervous about your ability to call them out for what they were doing or their true character. As a result, they felt like they needed to find a way to maybe push you out of the group, right? But what they didn't expect would be that you knew how to handle a situation like this. They expected that this campaign would make you stop talking or stop feeling confident to speak the truth. But it looks like you just found a different way to speak your truth. For some of you, you might have walked away from this community and written a book about them. But we've got a new chapter in your life that you were able to start, even though there was definitely energy sent your way to try to keep you from that new beginning. Hello there, dude. How are you? Hello, Hayden. Yeah, I think it was time for timeout. I agree, Peggy. Hello, Pharaoh. How are you doing? All right. So they might have slowed down some of the like blessings that were intended for you, but they couldn't prevent them, right? So we have the Five of Cups in the reverse and Judgment. Yeah. Trying to keep you stuck because there were people that, you know, didn't want to invite you to their birthday party. I feel like you just looked at this group like, okay, if y'all want to act like high schoolers, that's cool. I'm gonna go over here and like meet some new friends. Like, what? Why are you acting like you're 11? I don't. Okay. Which is probably too young for high school, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you realized if people wanted to act this way, it really just said a lot about who they were. So I feel like you weren't really threatened because you knew that you could rise above this. Now, for some of you, it may have been that you initially were threatened by this group, but as you distance yourself from them, you realized you didn't need to be. The Seven of Wands, you've been protected. So I do feel like for several of you, there was a situation where you might ask, how was it that I actually like got out of that? Why didn't something more serious happen to me? And I feel like that's because there was protection there for you. For some of you, this could be somebody who's passed on. We've got King of Spheres or King of Pentacles in the reverse and the Five of Swords. Yeah, so you basically were dealing with a group of people that didn't know what loyalty was. Like, hey, welcome to our group of people. We pretend to be friends, but really all we do is throw each other under the bus and then, you know, I don't know, have a couple drinks together, eat pizza. Actually makes me think of The League. No shade to The League, though. It's one of my favorite shows. I've never done fantasy football, so there's no reason why I should like that show other than the fact that I really do enjoy watching people make fun of each other. So if it's in a like TV show format, then apparently I can enjoy this kind of thing. But this is like the real life version of I don't want to be actually like friends with you. I just want to look better than you. So I'm going to insult you and call it friendship. Okay. That sounds like a great time. Sign me up. When can we start? Can you make me cry? It's my favorite. And friends like you needs enemies. I like it. Hello, Luke. How are you doing? Yeah, you don't need that kind of energy, right? You deserve to hang out with people that are a little bit more mature. And shockingly, we've got this is the Wayfarer from the Earth and Bone Oracle. And this is just like the Hermit, okay? He's got the lantern and everything. Contemplation, search for truth, inner guidance, and introspection. So basically, because you went through this, oh my God, you guys, the hair is still there. It's driving me crazy. Because you went through this, you have become wiser. A lot of people would deal with this and it would keep them in a low vibe and therefore make them more susceptible to other people being not very nice to you, right? But you have the devil in the reverse here. So you didn't let this keep you down. You didn't let this stall you out. It might have been a little bit of a delay. But with the Hermit, you, I think, had the sense to walk away from this group. And because this is on the them side, you might have inspired someone else in terms of people seeing how you handled the situation. This could actually kind of like activate someone else within that group. We've got 13 crossed, choices, stuck, searching for purpose, daydreaming, and indecision. So I do think part of the reason people are seeing that you are successful or things are going well for you is so that they can feel kind of dumb for how they handle the situation. Now, I'm not calling anyone actually dumb, okay? Let's not fight, okay? I don't need to throw hands today. I'm trying to look cute in my costume, okay? But look, sometimes we need to go through these complicated social circle situations to find out more about who we are, who we want to be, and how those around us influence our own actions. Because if you want to see the worst of humanity, you will study how people act in a group. So the group that you want to surround yourself with, choose that carefully, okay? If you don't believe me, look into the psychology experiments in the prison. Hold on. Is it Milgram? I think Milgram was the name of that study. But they basically took volunteers, divided them into prisoners and prison guards. And the people that were set up as the prison guards did not act right, okay? Because they felt like they had something over the prisoners, right? Who weren't even real prisoners. So choose your friends carefully, okay? Yes, exactly. Yeah. Stanford. Yes, it was, I believe. Hello, Shane. How are you doing? All right, let's see what else we've got for you. This is the Gilded Reverie. What else do we need to know about this community, please? We have number 27, which is the message. Number 28, which is the man with a shirt on, because there's also a man without a shirt on. So yeah, I feel like there's somebody within this community that is potentially going to reach out to you. This person is going to tell you about some of the things that happened within the community that you are not aware of. This could be because you are meant to reconnect with this person. This person is going on a spiritual journey of their own, and they could actually learn from you and maybe even kind of restore some faith for you. There it is. Okay. I found a photo album of mine that has some really old pictures, including pictures of me wearing a Limp Bizkit shirt. So I had to like listen to some Limp Bizkit this morning. I was like, I wonder if it's gonna like factor into the reading at some point. So if you've never listened to Limp Bizkit's rendition of Faith, I do appreciate that somebody else did it before them. Please enjoy that. It's not for everyone, but yeah. This person's been through it, okay? This person from the community is inspired by you because you have been through a similar thing. It could be the group that turned on you has turned on them as well, or it could be that they saw how the group treated you and that made them decide they do not want to be a part of that group anymore. This could be somebody who is interested in you romantically, or this could be somebody who is just interested in being friends with the right side of things. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't want to be associated with people that treated someone like that. Hello there, Third Eye. How are you doing? Hello, DeMarco. How's your day? Yeah, that's a really good song, Third Eye. I also am real obsessed with Rearranged. It was probably my favorite on that album. But I also really like $3 Bill, y'all, as like an album title in general. All right, so we've got 30, which is the Lily. The Woman Without a Shirt, which is number 29. And I still don't really know what YouTube gets mad about, so, like, I'm gonna not, like, show you all the ta-ta. But this would imply that we have some not so great people within the community pretending that everything is fine, but they are very, concerned because people are talking about you in a positive way. So this would be like the person who was talking crap about you and maybe the minions that really helped to spread that message. They're the ones that are kind of like, oh, so you mean people are finding out that we're liars? Oh no, what should we do? All right, there's one card in particular that I'm curious to see if we'll get from this. This is the Gypsy Oracle. There's a card that's called Pleasure Seekers. And I guess also the foe would be interesting to see. But what else do we have about this community, please? Okay. So we have the Hope card. It's in the reverse. I don't really like to see that because I would like everyone to have hope that if they act right, they could like live right and like things would be good for them. But there's something here about the person who has spread the rumors about you feeling like they're in a very difficult situation. And I'm telling you, it's probably the energy they were trying to send to you actually impacting their life instead. Yeah. Merchant in the reverse. If this is somebody who wanted to be able to sell things or be successful in business, they don't have that ability. If this is somebody who needs to sell a house in order to move somewhere, they can't sell their house. Things are like locked up or not going well for them financially. We do have the wife card. There could be a connection here where it was like a married couple that was spreading things that was intended to cause you problems. But with size in the reverse, that's Sighs. I feel like what they tried to create in your life didn't really ever come to fruition. If they were trying to block love, or if they were trying to block success, if they were trying to block things working out for you in terms of maybe family or whatever, that energy ended up coming back on them and nothing really stuck. They might have caused initial, problems in terms of friendships, but they're starting to see that energy is really just affecting themselves. Okay, now we got the prison card. Oh, Lord. So the people here who sent you energy that was meant to keep you feeling stuck are now feeling stuck themselves because they didn't stop. Okay, so this is like somebody that maybe in passing one day was like, man, I want to see that person like not do well. I really don't even like vocalizing this stuff, you guys, because literally the people who have done me wrong, I still wish healing upon them. Like, I am not one to send out negative energy. I don't want that coming back my way. I will wish good on all of you, every one of you. I don't care if you hate me. But this person with a consistency was wishing ill upon somebody that was of good character. And hello there. Hey, shorty. Oh, I lost my ish when that song came on. I'm a little embarrassed to say I was definitely dancing. Yeah, not in a cool way. I mean, how could you listen to that song and not like kind of like lose it, I'm not gonna embarrass myself. I'm trying really hard not to. What I'm saying though is like I've said it so many times on this channel. I'm sorry if you guys get sick of me, but if you are not such a great person and you think you can send not so great energy to somebody who is a good person, like you are going to learn such a not fun lesson. And it's not going to be overnight. It's going to be over like months and years because this is somebody who didn't learn their lesson. So it's like you racking up huge amounts of like charges because you've got a really nice hotel room and you don't know that every piece of candy you take out of that little container in the hotel dresser thingy is actually like $20. And then the next day you're like, How did I spend $800 in a hotel room? Because you ate the Snickers bar that you didn't have to go to the vending machine for. Like, what did you think? Of course they're gonna like charge way too much for that. This person's realizing just how much they did in terms of damage to themselves. I know, not the consequences of my own actions. All right, let's get one more. Ugh. So we have gift in the reverse. Now this is interesting because the first thing that I thought of was, for some of you, this person felt like they were intuitive or felt like they were gifted in some way that you might actually be gifted in. So this could be like rivals because you both make music, rivals because you both are um, rivals because maybe you're related. But this person felt like they wanted to make it look like you didn't actually have that skill or that talent. Whatever makes you unique, you didn't really have that. But they might have actually ended up losing a gift of their own because of attacking your gift. Oh my. That's some heavy energy, you guys. I'm going to have to sage. We're going to go with the Golden Girls because I feel like that's your energy right now. I'm not like trying to say you live in Miami or anything like that. But I do feel like the card that I'm seeing in my mind right now is the Fool, which is very like, I'm just enjoying my life, doing whatever I want. Which I think is kind of how they're seeing you right now. All right, tell me more about the Divine Feminine, please. Six of Swords in the reverse, Seven of Wands in the reverse. Yeah. So, okay, wait, one more. So this group saw the Divine Feminine as someone that was not in control, okay? So they felt like they could, with the Six of Swords in the reverse, make it difficult for you to achieve what it was that you wanted. With the Seven of Wands in the reverse, they felt like you were unprotected, so unaffiliated. Maybe for some of you, someone felt like they could target you because you were single, target you because maybe you didn't have a lot of family around, target you maybe because you were new to the group. There was something here where they felt like you wouldn't be able to really defend yourself or stand up against the folks that wanted to actually make you look up like a not so great person. They just felt like you were prey. I don't really like to like phrase it that way, but they felt like they could win if they picked like a fight with you. King of Swords in the reverse, so they lied. But with the Knight of Swords, there's truth that has, like, I think, kind of shocked people and put an end to this person's ability to say what they want to say about you. For many of you, I feel like you moved away or you moved to a different part of town. You did everything by yourself. And maybe that's like unfair, but I do feel like you were willing to be a hermit. You were willing to, anybody ever move by themselves? It's really hard. It's really helpful, it turns out, to have one other person at least so that you can move like a couch, right? Hello there, Tracy. How are you doing? Hello, Dave. It's only a matter of time, don't you know? This Four of Wands is about milestones. This is about you moving up in life, right? For some of you, you might have gotten a nicer place and people see that, a nicer car. There's improvements in your life that make it clear that you are actually favored. And with the Seven of Swords in the reverse, I feel like even though you might be generally seen as somebody who is a little bit mysterious or doesn't like flaunt all of their business online, there's something here that is calling attention to you. There's like with the Hermit in the reverse, you're out there somehow. People see that you're doing well. Maybe there's an article written about you. Maybe somebody interviewed you on a really popular podcast. Whatever it is, people are noticing you more. Tower in the reverse. Eight of Wands in the reverse, Seven of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So if anyone ever felt like you were restricted in terms of your finances, maybe they felt like you weren't employed, or you didn't make enough money, or you needed to borrow money, or they felt like you lived in a not so great part of town, or your car was run down, after not talking to or seeing you, these things have started to be replaced or upgraded or improved upon. There are things that at least once that somebody from this community have noticed. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. You're not dealing with lack anymore. There's something that's improved. At the very least, I feel like you have a better place to live, or a better car, or you look better. It's something visual that other people picked up on, and they're like, oh, I guess that Divine Feminine is doing real well, actually. This is the Voyage of the Soul. So we've got joy. I love the colors on this card. It definitely makes me feel like you have found your calling or your passion. You might still be focused on it as a hobby, but for some of you, I feel like you've started a business, or you're able to have like a little side hustle where you're being creative in some way. There's something here where people see that you are starting like your own thing, right? You might have had an idea that really took off, or something that went viral. But with the seed card, this is like you have believed in yourself, and it's like paying off. There's that sword card. So this is, again, a reference to the fact that whoever you are, this reading is for you if you consider yourself a truth teller. You say things that other people might be real uncomfortable with, but you're willing to ask. You're willing to speak up. So I do feel like some of you have defended people that needed defending, and I appreciate you very much for doing that. We could all do a better job of trying to minimize oppression that affects other people. If you have the ability to speak up and help somebody, don't put yourself in harm's way. I don't want you to like die because of this, but I do feel like we could all be there for other people more often, right? Vampires in leather? I don't know. Do they ever wear anything else? Serendipitous. So there's something here that is going to feel like, man, I don't know how that ended up being mine, or how that happened. It's an unexpected blessing. It's something that makes you feel lucky. And it's because you're in the right place at the right time, but it's also because of who you are. Okay. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I could ask more about how things are not going to go well for this group of people, but that's less interesting to me. I'm more excited about the fact that you've got joy, prosperity, abundance, wish fulfillment, and apparently people get to watch it. All right, I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. I will see you on the next reading. Doodles!